cold on top of it. Hello, guys. Yeah, that sounds better. Are you guys okay? Once again, I'm so sorry that we kept you guys waiting a little bit. Thank you for your patience, but also thank you so much for taking the time in this weather to come out. You guys look amazing. You're slaying in the cold. You guys are just like so cool. Thank you for coming to the book launch today. My name is Zinhle, and I'll be your MC just to see you through the process, okay? So first and foremost, we've got the Wi-Fi password on that screen if you'd like to connect. The bathrooms are there to my left. And at the back over there are copies of the book, right? The reason why we're here today. Do you guys, who doesn't have a copy of the book? Yeah, you're not allowed, ne? So basically, you can't leave this building without buying a copy of the book. I'll be standing at the door, checking. You're just not allowed to go without buying a copy of the book. So please get it. It's only 100 Rand. It's right there at the door. The lady there will be able to assist you. But in the meantime, without any further ado, I'd like to welcome in Zulu, Bati Usingaye. You know, the reason why we're all here. Clap hands, guys, Pela. How? Clap hands for me, thanks. You guys are so cool. All right, fine, he's already here. Clap hands for innocent Shezi, guys. He is the man of the moment today. We are so glad Oguti we are able to gather namhlanje at his amazing book launch. It's titled Independence in the Music Industry. But I actually like his other name. Can I call you by the other name? Do they know the other name? Mlondolozi. I love it. It's a beautiful name, right? Yeah, it's a very beautiful name. And ngiyambona njalo ulokilondoloza lama artist wakhe bandla Nkosi yami. He's doing an amazing job. So we won't waste any time. We're going to go straight to our first performance for today. If we can welcome on stage 641 DK. Are they here? I think they just stepped out for a few seconds. Actually, I saw them a little bit earlier on. Okay. But instead, okay, we're going to start off with another artist because he's got like a whole... How many artists in your bag? A number of them. Okay, Nkosi Nathi is here. Can we all stand and just welcome on stage Nkosi Nathi?
Hi guys. Yeah, my name is Nkosi Nathi Majola. I'll be performing Dingo Ketiweyo. It's the first title of the album. You can on YouTube. You can follow me, Nkosi Nathi Majola.
Branded this.
Izinkanyezi ngokwazo siyavuma ukuthi izinkanyezi ngokwazo siyavuma ukuthi Dingokhethiweyo phakathi kwabaninzi Dingokhethiweyo phakathi kwabaninzi ubuhle bendalo buyandivuma xa ndidlula kakade ikhanya njengelanga njenganyanga ndikaqambile zinkwenkwezi lapho ungafinqi ugqithisele kwabanye liyanelisa ithamo hamba vekile sukuhlala ndawonye mandizikhwebulule kwabakhangayi balapha ekuhlaleni kaloku ndilijole into yasebukhosini makudekthi bumnyama kuvele ukukhanya kube xhosi kubele eli lithongo lam malindilawule ndikhethekile phakathi kwabaninzi ndisisithixo seminyanya impumelelo ndibize impumelelo ndibize impumelelo ndibize ndiyasabela ndinqwenela ukuliwela kaloku eli likanana ilizwe lezithembiso amaphupha makangapheleli emendlalweni masiphume endlaleni iziqhamo mazivele etafileni le kati mayisuke ziko noxa igolo impumelelo ndibize impumelelo ndibize impumelelo Innocent, innocent. You are the chosen. Congratulations. Thanks, guys.
You know, when Uncle Snats, let me tell you guys something. Not a lot of great things have happened in my life. No, a lot of great things have happened in my life. And one of those great things that, have ever happened to me was to have somebody write a song for me and about me. Nimzwile, it's in Kanyangezi. What. Thank you so Thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. From one great performer to another. I saw these guys rehearsing earlier on and I thought, wow, they are literally on fire. They are an Amapiano duo. They're from Deep Kloof, Soweto. Can we get some noise for Soweto? Yes. And they go by the name 641, 641, 641, Fandiwan, Angazi, something like that. Give them a round of applause.
Salmonan. Johnny. Sekona. I go by the name of LT Era, representing a team from Deep Kloof, but it's 641 DK. Yeah, basically we do hip hop, we do amapiano, we do pop, we also do kwaito. So my selector, Ngang Jova Lapu, Baba Mengai. Sure.
Setimali, setingani, setipati, nabangani ba. Setimali, setingani, setipati, nabangani ba. Out Risha itetifla. Arjava kama tetemboy. Kama tetemboy. Arjava kama tetemboy. Kama tetemboy. Arjava them out. Arjava them out. Arjava them out. Arjava kama tetemboy. Arjava them out. Arjava them out. Are promele mouth. Java kama tete kwa. Get kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Out get kama tete kwa. Java kama tete kwa. Fika tina saivula. Fika tina sakruba. Fika tina saivula. Java kama tete kwa. Fika tina saivula. Fika tina saivula. Fika tina sakruba. Java kama tete kwa. Java kama tete kwa. Yes, sweetie. Enough. Automa bonisa style nyana sele sa ona sa matete kwa ni mo. Oreta joang kwa na val. Allez. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Java kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Java kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Java kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Java kama tete kwa. Sure, ik trip in Adolia shoppa. So boy na same. Ik trip in Adolia shoppa. Swenka na mangan bame. If ever na long ton. If ever na long ton. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa. Our this is million. Asuna bonke na ma million. Ama veve tonto. Now billion is billion. I cut it walk, I cut it talk. The fight is super. How they name is shit. Let's get that woman and shit. Get it. Come on, take what? Come on, take what? Get it. Come on, take what? Java kama tete kwa. Get it. Kama tete kwa. Kama tete kwa.
We go back 641 DK my fit.
Slap.
You can Google us. This big anymore Google this 641 DK my fit. Uzothola wonke amahendleli. Nithola everything that we've done. The interviews thanks to Shezi. Yabona. Asibonge. Siyabonga bafethu, siyabonga. Congrats my kid. Siyabonga.
Wow, that was amazing. Give them a round of applause, Jovito. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. That was great. Niyayizwa man, sekafudumala ngisho guys. Indaba inkinga yenu anikwazi ukujava ngamatsetsekwane. That's why ngihleli phansi hey yazi. Give up. So we're going to get into, the most important as well, part of today, the reason why we are gathered here today. First of all, to celebrate this amazing man that's sitting next to, it sounds like we're about to get engaged or something. This amazing man sitting next this amazing guy sitting next to me, guys. I think number one, I've worked with Innocent on the basis of, when he'd pitch his artists to come through to me for interviews on the radio show. And ever since day one of the things I picked up about him was his professionalism. He's so professional. Like, he's annoyingly professional. The other day, I'm just like, hey, dude, remember to send me talking points for the book launch. And literally as I asked, then he sends the document. I'm like, you're so annoying, Like, he's always on the ball. And I really hope the people that work with him, all the artists, Man Sevens and I guys, learn from him. That is the most valuable thing you can do for your brand. Show up for yourself. The thing is, a lot of the times we want people to believe in us, but we don't give them much to believe in, right? So if you want to be taken seriously in the industry or whatever it is that you do, show up for yourself, number one. Believe in yourself. Be professional and people will take you seriously, So one of the things I love, Professionalism. And the fact that, he writes this book about the music industry and independence. And this guy didn't just, sit and observe and come up with information. He's studied music. He's put in years of work. And how a young black man, Black Excellence #1, please give him a round of applause for that. And to be able to put a wealth of information into this book that really, for me, if I were looking to get into the industry and become independent, this will start you off. You have everything that you need to know, because we've seen what happens a lot with AMA artists. They go into it, they get exploited, they get played by people because of a lack of knowledge. And I think to be able to have a product that closes that gap for artists really is remarkable. So can we give him a round of applause for that? A hardworking guy, CEO of Shezi Entertainment, a hustler of note. You are so amazing, Innocent, and I wanted you to know today, we celebrate you. I learn a lot from you. I admire your work ethic, and you're doing absolutely phenomenal. Do you want to greet the people?
Sanibonani.
Trying to sound humble.
Thank you so much. All I can say now as we begin is just thank you so much for coming. It means the world to me. I know many other people are maybe still on the way, but you guys are here, and I appreciate it so much. It means so much to me. Each and every single one of you being here is just a blessing. Coming to this point and finally reaching this point, I thought it would never happen. I thought it would never happen. Really operating within the music business is not an easy game. People see us, being on the radio stations, TV programs. They see us on newspaper articles and doing things, and they say, these people have got the life, but they don't know how hard it really, really is being in the music business. So this moment for me is really, really proof that when you work hard, when you really, really work hard and trust in God, pray, fast and pray, and work diligently hard at making something happen, it will come to pass, it will happen. So this day for me is really a dream, and I'm very, very grateful for it. So, yeah.
Your mom is in the audience, ne?
Yes, she is. She is.
Ma, umtanakho uyithatha English as a Britain. Yazi uyangibhora. Every time I talk to him, she's like, you're just I'm just like, where do you get it from? But thank you. I'd like to acknowledge you as well, Ma. Thank you so much. Everyone from the family, friends, everybody who's here. Siyanamukela, and we're so grateful that you guys are here. Right, we're going to talk about this wonderful book, Innocent, and I think, a great way for us to start is just to get a sense of the whole vision behind your book.
Yeah. Okay, so really the book Independence in the Music Industry, the main thing for it and the main goal that we are trying to achieve is to provide the independent artist with relevant information that they can use to develop their careers. When it comes to the music business, more especially in South Africa, the independent artist is failing to get the knowledge because, one, they don't know where to go. Secondly, they get people who want to take chances with them because they see maybe a young person or maybe just even a person who does not know how these things are done. And because you don't know anything, you just fall for that because we are all chasing this dream. And when you find someone who will promise you something and you really see that, okay, this person can promise me this, but maybe they're not really, really promising you that, and they want more from you and things that they shouldn't even be, trying to really ask for. So I'm trying to really define the South African music business context for the independent artists so that they understand how the business works, so that they can apply that and be able to really, really take control of their own careers.
I absolutely love that. Won't you just highlight, one of the things I loved about this book was how easy it is to read. It's, it's not a huge book that's intimidating and you want to run away. You literally can read and understand your style of writing. It makes it so easy for the person to consume the content and understand it. But highlight some of the chapters, the important chapters that you cover in the book, especially the additional ones, that we don't find in the previous digital version of the book.
Okay, so with this new version and the third edition of the book, because we did the second one last year, which was a digital copy. But now with this new one, I really saw that there were more topics that we needed to actually cover, such as social media, such as publishing, such as music marketing, because now I am also studying marketing. So I actually wanted to really, really also incorporate that and to help the artist understand marketing as well in terms of how that works, and also look at entrepreneurship, because as an artist, you are really an entrepreneur. You're working for yourself, you know. So how do you navigate within that part of being a real entrepreneur, and how do you make, you know, yourself a lucrative business? Because at the end of the day, you're not just an artist. You're not just out there just performing and just having fun. You are a business, and you should treat yourself as such. So I'm trying to break down all of those very, very important topics that an independent artist would not necessarily think is important, but it really, really is. Because I find that one of the things that artists are trying to run for is that they just want to be heard, they want to be seen. But how do you get there? How do you get there? So let us now take a chance and look at these steps that will help us to get there. And that is why I actually said, let's add 5 more chapters to this book to make it more complete and more full, so that the artist can be able to actually get more information from it.
Let's talk about the first chapter of the book where you cover the music business. You know, the business aspect, I suppose, of the music industry. Give us a bit of an overview around that.
Okay, so with the first chapter, what I'm trying to do with the book is that with each chapter, it is really taking you on a journey. So I'm trying to also define certain key elements, such as even simple things such as a performer. What is a performer? Because sometimes I find that artists can sometimes confuse things. They could confuse sometimes what is a person who does PR, a person who is a manager, a publicist, a promoter, you know. And so we're trying to define all of those things, and so that you can understand what is the definition of those key elements within the music business. So I'm really, really making sure that there is no stone that is left unturned when it comes to the music business, because we need to understand it in terms of the definitions of the music business. Yeah.
Then in chapter 1, I'm going to, you know, in paragraph 7, you talk on page 7 rather, about the 3 music divisions and the importance of you understanding where your strength lies in relation to that. Take us through that.
Okay, now this is a part which I really, really love, is that as an artist, you firstly, not even as an artist, but as someone who works within the music business, you need to understand where your strengths lie. Maybe you are a good performer, but you understand that you don't have the skills and you don't understand how to promote and to market yourself. So that means that now I need to find someone who can help me. But also that means that now I need to invest more in where my strengths lie, so that you can develop that. And also, what is very, very important is that sometimes you overwork yourself when you shouldn't be, because you're trying to do absolutely everything that you probably shouldn't be, because you can get people who can be able to assist you within those parts. Maybe it is music production, it is music promotion. So you can outsource those tasks and actually get people that can actually be able to help you to actually get that work done. So understand where your strengths lie, focus on that, work on that diligently, and then find people who can help you to develop, if it's music promotion, if it's music administration, whatever it is that you need help with. Now, no, it's okay. My strengths don't lie here. Like for me, the biggest thing for me that I realized when I was actually studying music, I said, I know that I can sing. I know. I love singing. I really, really love singing. But I understand that my strengths, my real strengths lie within the music business. When it comes to the music business, you can bring anybody and make them sit next to me and we'll talk the music business. Because I know that, for me, that's my passion. Even music performance is also my passion, but I know that my strengths lie within the music business. Yeah.
That is actually so important, and I think a lot of the times artists come into the industry with the perception that as long as ngifike a stage, they think that's where it begins and ends, or maybe that is just the main goal and all they want and all they know about the industry. But there's so much more to it. We're talking entities like your Samros, like your Sampra, your Risas, and all of those, you know, which I think maybe that's where a lot of artists battle. And what I like about you is that you insist on doing things right, you know. So tell us, you know, just about the importance of making sure as an artist that you get registered with these entities, especially as an independent artist.
I kind of like to look at this from the perspective of music promotion. As an artist, you can't really do much with your music if it's not registered. You know, that's really just the basis of it. So getting your music registered really, really helps you, one, to protect your music, to protect your work. But also, it also helps us when we now have to work with your music, we can now be able to work with it, because radio stations, broadcasters, let me just say it that way, can't accept music if it has not been registered. Also, you are allowing yourself to receive royalties once your music is able to get played. So that's another way that now that you can be able to make a living from your music. So getting your music registered is very, very important. And I always insist, before I work with any artist, I make sure that their music is registered and it is registered in their name. Because some of them say, Shezi, just register my music in Shezi's name. I'm like, no, because I want my artists to own their work. It is your work. Don't give it to me. You know, own your work and let's work from there. But getting your music registered is extremely, extremely important.
I think getting your music registered is extremely important, but also one important thing as well is what you cover in chapter 5 that talks about ethics and professionalism. Also just being aware, because there's a lot that happens in the business of music. There's a lot of unhealthy behavior. Artists, sometimes because of a lack of knowledge, they get scammed, they get exploited. Sometimes it's artists themselves who are so gifted and talented, but they sabotage themselves because of their work ethic that's lacking, because they're not professional, because they can't communicate efficiently and properly. So just take us through all of that and the importance of that, even branding yourself as an artist.
You know, when it comes to ethics and professionalism, we need to understand that it comes from both parts. There are some artists that also are not professional, and some of them don't try to be even. They just really don't care much about that. For me, a typical day of mine is me receiving songs from artists, even from numbers that I don't even know. They'll just send me songs, just flood me with songs. And I'm like, you know, sometimes you need to take yourself seriously, and you need to take your brand seriously, and you need to learn how to communicate, how to introduce yourself, and, you know, just state even the simple things that this is my name, please help me with, you know, X, Y, and Z. So communication is very, very important because it also contributes towards your professionalism as an artist, and how you conduct yourself. It is very, very important as an artist. You know, don't ever have this attitude of that you don't care, or this attitude that I am just, you know, like I have arrived. I'm here. You know, I'm here. You know, we do get it that yes, we are in music, we are having fun, but we need to take ourselves seriously, because if you take yourself seriously also, then the other person can be able to take you seriously as well.
Can we give a round of applause for that? That's very important information there. It really literally can take you far, because sometimes you may have the talent, you may have the gift, but nobody will want to work with you if you're always late for your gigs, if you can't be reached. Your phone is always on voicemail, but you're trying to get him to book you interviews. He doesn't know where you are. He can't reach you. You're late for interviews. It just doesn't work like that, guys. It doesn't work like that. Now, let's go to chapter 7, right, in page 34. Now, quote what you talk about here. When you talk about getting ready, getting industry ready, and you talk about put them in a position where they cannot shelve or decline your music. So why is getting industry ready important? And, you know, what are some of the steps that an artist, as they get into the industry, should consider?
You know, there's nothing for me I believe in more than waiting for the right time and following the right process. As an artist, I really believe that when you're recording a song and you're recording music, don't be afraid to take time. You know, there are artists that I do work with that take a very long time to actually get a song together. It's because they want to be sure that the song is ready. They want to be sure that the music is ready and it is ready to be taken out there. You know, don't just be too quick to, you know, put something together and then get it out there. Make sure that the music is mixed and mastered, which is just the standard of how you're actually supposed to get music done. Because some artists don't do that. An artist will record a song and just send you that rough song and say, send it out there. It's a hit. It's a hit, And then when you tell them that, no, just follow the right process, take your time, I am always going to be here. Just take your time and we'll promote the song when the time is right. But once you've made sure that the song is perfect and the song, you can really put them in a position where radio stations will not shelve your song, they'll not decline your song. Because for me, it is very, very sad sometimes where an artist will be so persistent with me and they'll call me every day and say, Innocent, plug this song for me. And I'm like, this song is not ready. They say, plug this song. And when the song gets declined, they are angry at me. It's on me now. It's on me now. So I really, really believe that that is very, very important. Just take your time. And when the music is ready, get it out there. People will love it. And I always say, people do not have a reason not to love your music. Because as an artist, artists are always afraid that, oh my God, people are not going to love this. People do not have a reason not to love your music. If the song is good, if the music is good, and if it's done right, people will love it.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that one. And I mean, when we began this conversation, you touched on something so important to say. It's so important as an artist to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And I think there are some people that play a very pivotal role in sort of helping artists focus on their crafts, be great at writing songs, at performing songs and all of that. And then they handle the management part of things, the business and artist management. Why is it important, you find, for an artist to have a music manager or a business manager? How do they assist them?
I also like to look at this from the point where there are certain things that your manager can do that you can't. Also, having a manager helps you to focus on what you are mostly passionate about. Allow your manager to really work in conjunction with you. I love to explain the duty of a manager that I am working with you. I am not working on my own, but I'm working with you. And by that I mean that you are out there performing. You are out there recording the songs. You are out there taking pictures. You are out there doing something. Because something that I also face sometimes is that an artist will not do anything and say, you're the manager, do everything. And then from that point, you're like, what must I do, Because I can try to get you interviews and I can try to get you things. But if you're just sitting there and you're just like, Innocent, I am paying you, do it. Like, we are working together. So having a manager helps you because the manager can probably be able to go far and beyond where you can't go. So having a manager is good. But also remember, I say this in the book, the manager is guided by you. And now that is where it comes in that you need to be an artist with a clear vision. A clear vision, because you cannot be an artist who is just open to everything. That can work. Let's be honest, that can work, but you need to be an artist who has a very, very clear vision in terms of what you want to achieve, and how you want to achieve that. So having a manager really helps you to really, really just go a bit far and beyond with your career.
You're making me want to audition, maybe. Because now I feel I like the idea of having a manager. I can't sing so great, but like you're tempting me now. I feel like, can I try something out? Can we work together? Can I send you something on WhatsApp? Can you plug it for me? Okay, no, I won't do that. I'll save myself the embarrassment and allow somebody who can actually sing to take the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Andi Swangxenye. She's an Ingoma nominated artist. She's shared the stage with the likes of Jabu Hlongwane. She's got an EP out titled Lubabalo. Give her a bigger round of applause.
Molweni. Okay, Andy, as they have said, I just want to say this to Innocent. Innocent, but there's an old man inside him. Because abantu abangangaye, they don't do what he is busy with. Abako is focused in life in. And for that, I celebrate you, and I celebrate you, Mama. Ukhuliswa umntwana ongumfana is not easy. So well done. I'm happy that Konumdongangawe, because you are going to protect many of us, clay industry. It's a jungle, really. So I'm going to sing my song called Lubabalo. It means it's grace. I am saved by grace. That's the whole summary of the song. Amen.
Inside ngiyakwazi nami ukuyiculana mara you. Wow, can you give her a round of applause? That is not only a beautiful performance, but a beautiful song. A very, very beautiful song. A beautiful song. Thank you so much, Andiswa. That was absolutely amazing. We still have another amazing performance coming up a little bit later on, and I'm still going to take some of your questions. If you have any questions relating to the music industry, relating to the business of music, relating to you as an artist, anything, guys, it's important. Ask questions, you'll get the right information. I know, now you know Nemtrasta, guys, he won't mislead you. He knows what he's talking about, right? And once again, for those that came through late, copies of the book are available. I saw all the hands. Who doesn't have the book? Ngifuna ukubona uJava ngamatsetse kwane uyemuva le uyothenga incwadi. Right, guys? All of us, please, let's support and buy ourselves copies of the book. It is absolutely amazing. So, we're going to now get into unpacking chapter 5 of the book, right? Where you talk about music marketing. And this is what you say in this chapter. You say that the goal of music marketing is to get your music heard and build up your profile as an artist. Take us through that.
Okay, so I think music marketing for me has really shown to being the core of success within the music business. Without music marketing, let me tell you something, you're not going to go anywhere with your career. That's just what it is. You may be the most talented person. You may be one of the most driven people. But if you don't invest in music promotion, your success will be limited. Let me not say you won't have any success, but your success will be limited. So investing in music promotion is very, very important. And in this chapter, we really, really define the key components and the key focuses of music marketing and what we really, really focus on when we are doing music marketing. So these will be the things that as an artist you can say, okay, now let me focus on this, because maybe I might have been focusing on social media, growing my following on social media, growing my presence on social media, but what else can I do to actually market myself as an artist? So in this chapter, we are really, really unpacking music marketing for the independent artist. And remember, it's based in the South African context. So I'm trying to explain it in terms of what is possible here and what we do here and what you can do as an artist to really, really improve on your music marketing.
And I mean, obviously, artists have this amazing expectations that they dump on you the minute they say, here's my music, promote it for me, market it for me. Why is it important for them to manage expectations when it comes to this?
Managing expectations is very, very important, because as an artist, we also won't get everything that we hope for when it comes to music, because as an artist, you invest so much in your career. You invest so much in your brand. You invest so much in everything that you're trying to do. But it is also very, very important to manage expectations, because you won't get everything that you want when it comes to the music business. You know, we do work night and day to make things happen, but sometimes some of the things that we want and that we wish for sometimes might not happen. And it's not maybe because you are not competent enough to be able to get that, but it's probably maybe timing, because I'm a person who really, really genuinely believes in timing. That timing plays a very, very big part when it comes to the music business. So those are the kind of things that I'm also talking about there. So really managing your expectations as an artist is great, because you also won't go around with a very broken heart, because a lot of people have a very, many artists, many people who loved music now are not doing music anymore because of expectations. Expectations hurt us in music, because we're expecting, if we see someone who's done it and who's doing so well, and I'm like, I want to be there. So managing expectations helps, because we are all individuals and we all will get there. And if that is for you, I promise you, you will get there. But just manage your expectations and take it a step at a time.
And also, I think just on that note, the importance of resilience, of, just because you did that one single, it didn't sell as much as you expected, don't doubt your talent based on just that. Do you know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. I'm really very inspired by you guys, honestly speaking. The work that you're doing, the passion, my heart inside, I'm crying, because really at the end of the day, this is where it begins, and for me, I love it because the advantage that you have, maybe from previous, especially independent artists, they probably didn't have an innocent, somebody who can share the knowledge with them to say, in order to make it from point A to B, this is what it takes. Learn about the industry, but also believe in be resilient. Don't just because, and I know a lot of the times with artists, innocent, if there's an icon you look up to, and they probably say one negative thing or they decline your song or this or that, it shatters you as a person, but believe in your gift. I mean, everyone that has performed here, guys, you are so amazing. You've got everything it takes to be wherever you want to be with your music. Keep pushing, be resilient, keep knocking on the doors, find the right people to work with, and don't give up just because first time around you hit 5,000 instead of 20,000. Even the people that we look up to that are great, it didn't happen overnight. Success is not an overnight thing. So treasure those small, moments of humble beginnings, but do not give up. Whatever you do, never ever throw in the towel. I didn't mean to be a motivational speaker. But it's so true. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I know that you'll go far within the industry. But I mean, obviously, the last thing that I want to ask before we take some questions is just the question around entrepreneurship. What does it take to become a great entrepreneur and freelancer in the music industry?
I think when it comes to entrepreneurship, it needs a person who won't give up. It needs a person who will see far and beyond what a general person sees when it comes to the music business. Because people will see numbers, people will see streams, people will see money and whatnot. But to be successful, it needs persistence, it needs perseverance, it needs, because you're gonna be knocked down so many times when it comes to the music business. So many times, you're gonna get so many no's. But as a person who is an entrepreneur and you're working and you're building your brand and you're building yourself and you're building this business that you are as an artist, you have to take those no's and say, I'm gonna take your no and I'm gonna run with it. I'm going to take you now, I'm going to run with it, and I'm going to do my own thing. And that is what we need when it comes to artists in South Africa and when it comes to entrepreneurship. Take those no's, run with it, and make it happen. But don't give up. Have that, have that vision. Because for me, having a vision is so important, and I will always say it. Having a vision, when you have a vision, no matter what anyone else out there can say, you know your vision, and nobody can bring that down. So really, really, those are very, very important key areas for me. Yeah.
Give him a round of applause. There was some good advice there. And before we take questions, does anybody have a question? Before we take your questions, also, guys, angifuni nibe ne pressure ne. Ngiyazi Innocent ukhuluma le English yakhe se-Britain. Please feel free to ask. I speak all languages. Kampusisa ka Sesotho ka Sepedi ya ngiyabheda kancane ngalapha. Kodwa isiZulu ngiyasazi. Right? But before we take questions, I want to give a chance to the artists that were performing today. Just to remind people of your name, who are you on social media, name of your single, where can they download your music? And all of that.
Okay, it's 641. Oh, okay, usithabisa igama ngirepresent i641, you know. 641 iyatholakala ku Google bafethu. You just Google 641 DK. Yeah, then ama pages azovela wonke. You just click kuleyo ufuna ungena kuyona. But siyatholakala ku social media. Isingili is called the Matetsekwane. It was released a month ago. Yatholakala on all major streaming platforms, Spotify and all that stuff, yeah. Siqeda ukushuta ne music video yayo Matetsekwane, so it's a mixiwa at the moment, but probably in 2 weeks izobe seyiplagiwe idlala nayo. So siyabonga.
Away. And then we had another. Hey, so mele ukuthi ngize kuwe ukuthi ngijike as for lokho.
Special treatment. Hi guys, once again. Igama nguNkosinathi Majola. The song I was performing is Ndingokhethiweyo ne. Ikhona on Google. You can just search it. Nkosinathi Majola Ndingokhethiweyo. You will find everything there.
Give him a round of applause. And then we had.
Molweni kwakhona igama lami ndingu-Andiswa Nxenye. Ingoma le bendiyicula ithi Lubabalo. So ikwi-EP that has 4 songs. It's available on all digital platforms. It was released on 2019. I think that is all. Ndikhona ke ku social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, as Andiswa Nxenye.
I saw so many of the artists that are here. There's a wonderful lady that I've also chatted to before. I know you're live, but Chomi, give us your information, your details, your music. Yes! Stay ready.
Sanibonani. Igama lami uFikile Mushave. Ngiyabonga Mabhuti Innocent for inviting me and allowing me to be here. I love working with you. Amen. Yeah, uFikile uyatholakala on Google. Uyatholakala uFikile on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook as Fikile Mushave. Uzozithola ingoma zami lapha. I have a King of Glory album. I have a single Lord's Favor. I have EP Akagimi. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Yes. Girl, we have this beautiful lady over. Yes, you. What are you talking about? Stand up and tell us about yourself.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Tuso Mojatau. I go by the name Tuso Wasibini. I am a gospel house recording artist, and I am available on social media as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Zonke bonke. Better Google me, baby. Yeah, just Google Tuso Wasibini. Everything is there, YouTube. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I actually haven't spoken to Innocent in a while. So when he did reach out about the book launch, I was like, listen, I'm canceling everything and I am there. But I'm so proud of you. I know it's been a long, long road coming, and sure, you know I've got a special place in my heart for independent artists, and we're ready to build this with you. We're ready to push this with you and just kind of take it to greater heights, man. Awesome.
In any event, guys, there are always people that you know you must never give them the mic. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right, any questions from the floor, guys? Does anyone have a question to ask? Okay, I have a gentleman over there.
Yeah, by the way, congratulations, brah. Yeah, big ups to the work, big ups to the consistency, the commitment. Yeah, really big ups to you. So my question goes, in what you do, I just want to ask, you also mentioned now that you're starting marketing. I just want to know, how do you like find the time to juggle everything? Because I know you're managing artists, you're promoting them at the same time, and you're also now planning to market them. You know, so how are you, like, do you have a plan ahead to say, this is how I'm going to juggle the things that I do in terms of like time, energy, and effort? Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, I don't have a personal life. My friends are always like, Innocent, you know, you need to go out. I never go out because I don't have time. You know, there's so much work that needs to be done. If I'm not doing my PR work, I'm probably in class. If I'm not in class, I'm probably doing my own thing. Probably if I'm recording, if I'm not doing that, I'm doing something about the book. If I'm not doing that, I'm probably at Samro getting things done. So I never have time really to you know, find time for myself and to make time happen. But I do try though that every week on Sunday, I don't do anything on Sunday. I'm sure even some of my artists know this. They send me messages on Sundays, and sometimes even the whole weekend. I don't reply. I don't open the phone. I just don't. I just try to take that time to really sleep and just catch up with life and just relax, because this work is very, very demanding. And for me, it's not just a job for me. For me, it's my life. This is who I am. For me, if I don't have music, I don't have anything. You know, for me, this is it. You know, so for me, I really have to give it everything that I have, and I have to try and make time. Even if there's no time, I have to make time to get everything done. So yeah, it's very, very difficult, but the passion and the love for it keeps us going. Yeah.
Innocent, I know we usually have these conversations together, but I just want you to sort of emphasize how the importance of understanding how money plays a big role in pushing your brand. Because what I've noticed, because I also produce music, you'll find people saying, hey, my sister, can you do this for me? I've got 1.5. And that time, the things that you need to do, they demand more than that. What can you say about the importance of paying people to actually end up getting what you are dreaming of?
I am so happy that you asked that question, because I think it's such a big issue. It's a massive issue when it comes to the music business, the issue of finances. It is a big, big issue that probably everyone who works within the music business faces this probably every day. That artists sometimes will want, I'm gonna just bring this and make this a bit more personal so that you guys probably can be able to understand this. I will have an artist who will want everything from me, but is not willing to pay for that everything to happen. And I'm like, how then are you expecting me to get that, you know, to make that happen for you? So I have been trying for a very long time to break that down and to find a way that we can conscientize the artist to understand that if you want that, you have to pay for that. Because artists sometimes don't want to pay. And let us just be honest, artists don't like paying for things. And I don't know if this is just something that's just within the music business only, but just artists just do not like to pay for things. Artists just want things to be given to them. And that is not how the business works. That is just not, like, even when you go anywhere, you can go to Pick and Pay. They're not going to give you the bread for free. You have to pay for it. So it's a very big thing, and I believe and I hope that even the artists that might be watching this right now, they put this in their minds that if you want something, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it so that it can happen. Yeah, I think that's all I can say. Just put it in your head. And I do understand that sometimes it is a lot of money, and artists might not have that money. I get that. But you need to understand that if you want that, it has to be paid for.
Thank you, Shezi. Okay, mina ngiphume kasi nebhuti wami ne. And then kunama artists abaya elokishini ne. We come across aba talented, but then baluza ifocus through izinto ezenzakalayo emalifini wabo kakhulu yabo. So mina i-question enginayo uthena, how would you give advice emuntwini ofana naloyo seka give upile on music kwakhe?
You know, I think it's it's another one of my passions that I love when it comes to working with artists from the Kamoga Ekas, you know, because I really believe that we can break out and reach more people. And I really, really believe that as an artist like that, the biggest thing, we need to find abantu abaright. You know, we need to find abantu abaright that can be able to help us because one of the biggest things that I've noticed that I'm an artist, they will record music, but bazohlala now. The artists will record and they record and they record, but the music will just end up being music that they just sit with and nothing happens because I think they're not finding the right people and they're finding, or maybe also bathola abantu that are wrong, abantu that are going to play with them, abantu that are going to promise them the skies and the moons above, but then they don't deliver those things, and then that artist ends up believing, this music thing doesn't work, man. You know, this music thing is just, you know, it won't work out. So I think it is all about finding the right people. There are the right people that do work within music that can help artists igwazi artist ukuthi suke la to the next step, igwazi ukuthi artist ikhule. So for me it's all about finding the right person, and of course like I've also just said, we have to manage our expectations also, because I think as artists we must stop seeing amanyama artists and then get sifuna ukuba lapha, and then when that doesn't happen usujika wena usuba broken hearted, awusafuna ukwenza this music thing, lento music ayisebenzi, it's not working out. But let's manage expectations, thola abantu abaright and take it a step at a time.
Hey Shezi. I've got 3 questions, and I feel like my questions need us to sit somewhere at a coffee shop for a few hours, but hopefully you'll remember them. So my first question is around ethics and what you've been mentioning, managing expectations. So I'm actually trying to understand. It used to be as simple as sending an email to music submissions at what to get your music into radio stations and all of that. But you and I both know that, you know, you've got to put something in a brown envelope, you know, and push it under the table and all of that. So my question for you is, as an independent artist that's trying to penetrate the industry, you know, as much as we can want to kind of take our time with it, but we also do want our music to be out there. We want to be airplayed. We want to be on high rotation, on national radio stations even. You know, so the question I've got, where do you draw the line, especially as a female artist, where when you knock on doors, people expect other things from you, you know, just to get in or just to get your foot in and all of that. Where do you draw the line between pushing your music so much that you kind of almost compromise yourself versus doing the right thing until something happens, even if it takes 10 years? Do you know what I'm saying? And my second question is around the marketing of music. Sorry, I actually jotted down the notes. So my question was, you know, a lot of the times as an independent artist, there are people that do music full time. There are people that are employed, but also doing music with the hope that one day your music will kind of sustain you. So I want to know from you, with your expertise and all, is it possible to be independently pushing music, like, and not compromising on the quality, and as well be employed at the same time? Because half the time your work funds, you know, if I need to knock on your door for you to do something, I must wait to get paid, you know, type of thing. But also something's got to give between the two. Someone's going to suffer, because obviously you're not there full time for your music, but also your job funds your music, you know. So how do you work out a balance between the two, you know, as an independent artist? That's my second question. And my last question for you, have you ever thought of starting a music fund within Shezi Entertainment? I mean, with the artists that you manage. You know, we know these things cost money, and it's not free, and we can't come to you expecting that you plug me on TV and radio and everything else and get 500, you know what I'm saying? So, but because I don't have 10,000 Rand right now, but I know for sure that I want to work with Shezi Entertainment, and I know for sure that Shezi Entertainment is going to give me the results that I want. So therefore, while I'm working on my music, how about you start a piggy bank for me within Shezi Entertainment, where every month I know I'm throwing in 500 Rand until one day my music is ready, and then I've got money with Shezi that's sitting there to fund all of these things. Have you ever thought of anything like that?
Okay.
Do you remember your 3 questions?
Yeah, I'll try to remember. So I'm going to start with the last one. I am a very, very flexible person. And I think many of you guys that have actually worked with me know that I'm a very, very flexible person. I probably understand every situation that a person throws at me, and I accept it and I take it as it is. And I don't tell you that, no, our agreement said, and this is how it should be. So with that, because the main thing with me, because I work with independent artists, that's the main thing. An independent artist is not like an artist that is funded by someone who has all the money in the world. An independent artist is an independent artist who's doing this on their own. So for me, I have to be sensitive to that artist. I have to understand that artist. I have to know, okay, my fees are set at this amount for me to be able to execute this work. But if you say, Innocent, I need that, but I don't have that money, can we maybe do it like this? I do look at it, Uguti, is it possible for me to get that work done? And if it is, I agree to that, because I understand that I'm working with independent artists and I have to help them to the best of my ability. And I cannot just put it and say, no, if you don't have this money, I'm not working with you. Because if I do that, I will also be hurting that artist now who's like, Innocent, I really hope that I hoped that you were the person who's going to be able to help me. So that's the third question. The second question, which was, balance. Oh yes, the balance between work and music. I think for me, finding the balance is very, very difficult, because you do need money, right? As we were actually saying, money to actually fund the work that you do. But finding that balance, it can be very, very difficult. And I always say that as an artist, always persistently work on your music, and also work, if you have a day job, don't quit that day job. Don't do it, Don't do it until you know that now my music and my career is strong enough that it can actually be able to take care of my life and be able to take care of itself. Because if you're going to say to yourself, Innocent, because I actually have had artists who said, Innocent, now I'm going to quit my job. And once they've quit their jobs, things went south. Because now you are saying, okay, my music is going to blow up, things are going to happen and whatnot, and that doesn't happen. We really have to be, we really need to be cognitive and really, really need to think about this and say, I understand that maybe I might be taking off and the music might be getting airplay, and I might be getting those gigs. But when you look at it, just take a planner, a 12-month planner. Is what you are doing right now, will it be able to take care of you for those 12 months? Will those 5 gigs that you just got now looking at December, will you be okay if you quit that job? So you need to ask yourself those questions and put it in a plan. I love a plan. I always love writing things down. Write it down and look at it and take out whatever's happening. Take out the hype of maybe that song that you have and what you're trying to do with your music, and really look at it really. If I quit this job, what will be of me in the next 12 months? And the first question? Okay, now when it comes to that one, I think it is the changing times that we live in. And we can't really change the music business. I really believe sometimes we have to conform, even if we don't want to, and it is unethical to do so, but we have to conform to what is so we can get ahead. I know me saying this is probably someone will listen to this and be like, you did not just say that, but it is what it is. You know, we have to conform so that we can be able to get ahead when it comes to the music business. And that is just how the music business goes. That's just how the music business goes. It is very hurtful for an artist who has been really pushing and really trying very hard to get their music out there, that now, because they've been sending emails for 6 months and nothing is coming back, and they've been trying to get their music out there, but no one is saying anything because you haven't done anything to actually, to actually get their attention. But I'm not saying conform when it comes to the sense of sexual acts, because those are very common. You never ever compromise who you are when it comes to the business of music. Never ever compromise your true self when it comes to the music business. Never do it. But when it comes to maybe someone saying, I will play your song, but maybe there's a fee that goes with it, because we do have to pay for things. And that is why even we people that do music promotion charge, is because there are certain fees that we also have to pay to get those songs onto the radio. But when it comes to like the person that you are, never ever conform, never ever say, okay, I'm gonna, do sleep with you so that you can help me to actually get into the music business. Never ever do that, because that will come back to haunt you one day, and you do not want to have that. Yeah.
Sanibona. Ngiyabonga babushes. Ngibonga ukunginika leli thuba ukuthi sizela. Ngicela kubuza baba, it's a simple question from me. Imali yaka music esiyithola phi, imbobo yakhona iphuma ngakuphi? Because you find out that maybe really we need to search on the book, and maybe you have stated where we can find that yona phatla yo mo itswang teng tšhelete eo. Secondly, how do we as musicians, because we are all over the social medias, we're trying to entertain people. I'm a pastor. Okay, my ethics and my character requires that I become as formal as I can. But in music, it's a different. That's what I always fight between the entertainment of music and the pastoral mission that I'm in, because I wish I could play like other musicians, just to entertain people, but my character, so what I want to know is that how do we as an independent artist secure shows, performances, because that's a very difficult one, and we don't know how to do it, more especially new artists like us that are not known in the industry, who are still trying to to mingle in and to be accepted. And we know that by us entering, it's a jungle. There are those who wants to bafuna kuphathwa kuba boss. They want to be all over. That one we understand. They've been in the industry for sure. They have secured some spot there. Now, me as an independent artist, how can I secure a spot there? Ngokuthi nabathi nje sikhumbula bani. Oh, okay. There's this other guy, man, Westlev Sake. Who is this one? You know, they are able to spot. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Thank you, Pastor. I think when it comes to getting shows, the most important thing, firstly, is that you need to expose yourself. Abantu mabagwazi, abantu mabakbone, abantu umculo wakho mabawuzwe. I think that is very important ukuthi from that point siyazi ukuthi manje we can be able to book the pastor, you know, because ukhumbula ukuthi abantu that come to the event, abantu that want to hear the pastor. So if abantu don't know the pastor, the chances of you being booked are very, very slim. So it is very important ukuthi the music is out there. Abantu music bayawuzwa. And that is why I will always reiterate ukuthi fanele music su promote, fanele music su push. We must always be pushing the songs. Abantu music bayawubona, abantu music bayawuzwa. So that can help ukuthi for you to get those gigs. But also, secondly, we need to find the people vele that do gigs. We need to find abantu vele that know how to communicate and engage with abantu that actually will help you in getting those gigs. Because uwena angeke ukwazi ukuthi lo msebenzi ukwazi ukuthi wenze. So it's very, very important ukuthi find the right people. Uthole umuntu oright ukuthi lo muntu lo msebenzi ukuthola ama gig uzokwazi ukwenza uyawenza. And that is why for me I am very, very always I'm a person who's always saying ukuthi when it comes to any music business activity, if ufuna umuntu who is going to do your music business administration, check lo muntu ukuthi has that person done it before and what was their success rate? Was that person really successful in getting that job done? Because what happens ukuthi ama-artists azoleke khalile ngama-gigs, azoleke khalile ngemali is because baya kubantu abarongi. Umuntu ozofika akutshela athi umsebenzi ukanje ngiyakwazi ukwenza but lo muntu umsebenzi uyamhlula ukwenza. So for me it is always about checking umuntu first. Let me vet this person. Does this person know how to get this job done? Secondly, what am I doing as an artist to expose myself? Ukuthi I am here, ngikhona, book me, I am here. Is my song playing on the radio? Is my music video being played on TV? Are abantu seeing me performing? Mhlambe yazi ukuthi sometimes amanye artists don't like to perform on the streets. Ufake nje ispeaker sakho lemgaqweni and you just perform. Amanye artists don't like to do that. But that is another method of actually exposing yourself and saying, hey, listen, I am here, ngikhona. And now what I love about social media, it has made it so easy for us. Sometimes you don't even have to leave your house to be able to get yourself out there to expose what you do. So you can even find people who do content, abantu who can create something beautiful that can really expose what you do. Somebody you can put together a performance where you can just do maybe a 10-minute performance and you just perform your song and then you would advertise that, you'd promote that on social media and it would be seen by thousands of people. So it is always about getting yourself out there in front of the people. Abantu bakubone ukuthi ukhona. Ngoba angeke ukwazi ukuthi abantu bakubhuke uhleli endlini. Angeke abantu bakwazi bakubhuke abantu abakwazi, you know. So it's always about nje ukuthi how well do you expose yourself when it comes to the music business. Kodwa nje it's always about working. Always about working. You work it, you work it, you work it. Kodwa most importantly, finding the right people for me will always be the answer.
Hi, siyabonana Mr. Shezi. Ngithanda ukubonga kule age okuyo. Ngibonga nabazali ukuthi bakwazile ukuzala abakuzalelanga bona bodwa, because I do believe ukuthi by today awusaweli kubo se uwela emhlabeni wonke jikelele, because you are inspiring ama-artist amaningi. You are giving them the knowledge le bebangayazi. I want to add to my sister Le Pambeli for her questions. There are music, but in I'm a producer, ne? Then kube ama music promoters. So ngithatha album yami as an independent artist. Nginikeza music promoter. Then I start pay. Kuthi ukuhamba kwesikhathi the music promoter uthi kimi because angiboni umsebenzi uma ngibuza umsebenzi athi you don't answer for artist. Music promoter iyafunakala na ukuthi ibe ikhona empilweni ye-artist na, because this ama-artist amaningi ayalimala baya give up ku gift abanayo bangayi phambili but ngomuntu oyi-one, because le industry uma ngithi ngithanda ukubheka I don't know i-difficult okanye umuntu o-difficult. So wena ngoba u-Shezi ungathini kuyo leyo ndaba? Thanks.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu for that question. I do believe ukuthi when it comes to the business of music, yeah, we do find abantu who are difficult. Abantu ongakwazi ukuthi usebenze nabo. Abantu that cause your career to have stagnation, and kube khona those challenges that you face. But for me, I think the answer would always be ukuthi, for me, it lies within the agreement. And that is why I am always speaking about ukuthi before I work ne-artist, ukuze kube khona i-clarity ukuthi yini sizoyenza yini ngeke siyenze, ukuze lokho kuzogwema ukuthi kungabi khona any confusion, kungabi khona any disagreement of any sort that then will cause us ukuthi manje sekuba khona inkinga ukuthi i-artist isifila sengathi mhlambe the promoter or the manager is attacking me, or the promoter usenza into engingayi understand kahle. It is very important ukuthi as i-artist uwazi ukuthi i-agreement yethu iyu-1 no-2 no-3, ukuze uma sesiqhubeka sesenza lo msebenzi uzodeliver ku-1 no-2 no-3 njengoba kade sivumelene ngakho. And ayijiki lapho and ngiyathanda ukuthi noma sekuqala senisebenza ube umuntu who always remind that person ukuthi hayibo sasivumelene ngokuthi nokuthi manje sengibona wenza into ehlukene. So it's very important ukuthi kube khona those agreements, even though kungaba into nje eningayibhala nje kancane, but ibe khona, let it be there. But also the vision i-vision yakho will always guide. Yabona mina nje as Shezi, I'm going to promote you based on what you want me to do, because you know your vision. Uyazi ukuthi Shezi, I've done this so far. Shezi, from here to here, this is what I want you to do. Mina, I am guided now by this. And then there should be no confusion ukuthi senzani, because we already know ukuthi this is the work and this is what we are focusing on. So uyabona njengoba kukhona like ama producers and promoters, ama managers that end up fighting with ama artists, it's because mina I sincerely believe ukuthi the agreement yakhona was shaky. The agreement yakhona, it wasn't clear. The agreement yakhona, they didn't agree on ukuthi kuzowenziwani. I-promoter yathi nje kuwena ngizokupromothela your songs when I just give me the money. There wasn't ukuthi no, ngizoya to this station and this station and this station within this time frame. Mina, that is what I do. Mina, that is what sets me apart. Ukuthi mina ngiyakutshela ukuthi within 2 months I'm going to do this, and I do it. Night and day, I don't sleep until these things are done. Ngoba angifuni ukuthi uthi Shezi kade ungithembise 1 no 2 no 3 akusenzeki. And I do know that sometimes things do happen. Okay, maybe sometimes things can change, or sometimes there can be a bit of a delay, but I'll let you know, no, we are still here. The communication should never break. The communication should never, ever break between the promoter and the artist, so we can have a great working relationship.
Awesome, thank you. The last question that we're going to take is from Umama, or rather we're posing a question to her, I suppose. umama Thulisile Mahlase Masango, who is Innocent's mother. And ma umbuzo nje ngibuza wona ulula kakhulu ngawari. Basically, you know, it's just to ask ukuthi wena as you know abantu bakhulumile lana ukuthi he's doing an amazing job. Simbonile nathi sisebenza naye as umzali wakhe uzizwa unjani mayelana nencwadi number 1 and just umsebenzi awenza nje uyahlonipha kuqala. Oh bengizojika ngithi bangabusayithenga incwadi. Okay.
Nginibingelele nonke nje ntambama kulamakhaza khona akusavumi ngisho ngenzeni ngisagodoli angibingelele nomlondolozi lapha ngenhla akalithandi ke ngizwile nje makuthiwa banele Zulu umlondolozi yebo uyena ngijabule kakhulu umfana nje osemncane o talented ngalendlela ngiyabonga nje kakhulu ukuthi azahamba azafikela. Ngike ngambheka nje noma esasesikoleni into esports kade sithanda kakhulu isports esinomusic ngize ngimbuze ngithi why uthanda isports esinomusic athi manje ngiyabona ukuthi italente lami likhona. Ngiyabonga nje kakhulu konke azafikelana kwibook yakhe nje kuyibook launch namhlanje ngithi nje uNkulunkulu amkhulise kule age akuyona mncane kakhulu izinto azenzayo izinkulu ngaphezulu kwakhe.
Amen. Siyabonga ma. Thank you, Mlondolozi. Thank you so much. And thank you to every one of you guys. Thank you for all the wonderful questions. I think really a lot of us are leaving with more knowledge, you know, from the way that we came into this book launch. We're going to have our last performance now from the man of God, Pastor Innocent Villane. Amen. Can the church say amen? Yeah. He's a gospel music artist and is also the pastor of Emmanuel Worship Center. And he's been in the music industry for 2 decades. And he's got a project currently titled The Seed of Worship. And his biggest single there, Ngihole Jesu. And he's going to come and give us that. Give a round of applause for the man of God. Yes.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me, sir. I respect you. You are always on point. Even in dressing, you are always clean. And thank you very much. We gonna. Can we stand because Amen. Just for a change, eh? Amen. So I'm gonna perform Ngihole Jesu under the album called Seed of Worship. Amen. Hallelujah. They are going to plug me. Yes, plug me in.
You ungiholele etwaleni onaye lingaphezu kwami mina ngihamba nojesu ngiyetwaleni elingaphezulu elingaphezulu kwami ngisho indawo ephakeme ngisho indawo engaphezulu phakeme endaweni baba
wazwa nomona uDJ yazwa vele wayikhatha ngisathi ngithi hallelujah yeah yeah epa kemeyo yeah. And I think, it's so great that is our last performance, Mfundisi. That's a powerful song. It is a powerful thing to know that there is a God higher and above yourself. That when you are aspiring to things, you are able to kneel before God and say, lead me to the rock that is higher. Because the problem is, as human beings, sambe amandla phele. Samba motivation iphele, samba skathale endleleni. But there is God who can lead us to a rock that is higher. So as even we depart today, may you desire for God to lead you to a place that is higher. I know it's exciting that you've probably have had some successes before. You've written a great book. May God lead you to another and greater things. Because I know, sometimes we limit ourselves because of my past. I limit myself because my mentor only reached up to so far. I limit myself because I struggled. Don't do that. God is able, the Bible says, to do exceedingly abundantly and above what you can imagine. So as you leave this place, be inspired by what we've seen. We've heard people talk about innocent. We've seen that all things are possible. There is nothing that is impossible. But most importantly, live desiring for more. Don't be okay to say, finally, my song is on this radio. There is more than that. You can reach even more than that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, finally, I've put out a single. You can put out an EP. You can put out an album. You can sell more copies than what you've imagined. Always have a goal for more right ahead of you because it keeps you striving for something. Do not be comfortable, ne? Don't be because when you're comfortable, you're complacent, and when you're complacent, you begin to fail. Don't ever reach a point where you think I've arrived. Now I've done it all. And yet uNkulunkulu has so much greater dreams for your life and for yourself, right? So thank you. I'm really touched by this beautiful song, Mfundisi. And I really think that all of us will leave out of this place desiring for ourselves so much more. Maybe you're at a place where you were thinking, I've tried it, I'm tired, or I can only do so much, and COVID did this. And so we live so much, in such a state of fear. And so we dream only this little. And we only want to do this small thing. And this only is enough. I'm telling you today, God has more in store for you. You can do much greater than what you've done in the past, much greater than you are doing right now, much greater than the people you look up to. God has so much more for you. So be encouraged, be encouraged, be encouraged. And now, like I said earlier on, guys, we've reached the end of our program. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for all the questions, your cooperation, for your great performances. You guys, you are all such a blessing. Can we give all the artists a round of applause once again? The copies of the book are available at the back there. So you can purchase yourself a copy, come back onto the stage. The celebrity of the moment will be sitting here waiting to give his ugly signature onto your book. I'm joking. He'll be waiting to sign your books. Come onto the stage. Let's take some group pictures, some solo pictures with copies of the book. Guys, and also tell your other friends in the industry as well that such is available, right? I don't know if you have any final words.
My final words, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much. My prayer is that this book helps independent artists in South Africa, and we just make it go crazy. That's my dream. So please go out there, spread the good news. It's available. And I hope you guys will be able to get a copy. And thank you so much for coming out today. It means the world to me. Thank you so much, guys. Also, this is Zinhle. Thank you so much, Zinhle, for today. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys can book her for any event. She's amazing. She is absolutely amazing. Zinhle.